Wow. Good morning. I'm San Francisco Mayor London Breed, and I'm really excited to be here at Pier 39 today. I'm excited to be here today because we have some good news. I know I gave it away last week when I talked about the fact that the state was going to finally allow us to get into the red tier. We were keeping our fingers crossed, hoping that we would get here, and guess what? We're here. We're in the red. Now, I know in the red doesn't sound that great, but it's great compared to where we were. We were in the, I guess, purple, super purple, Dr. Colfax, and the fact is, it means that this is just the beginning. This is the beginning of a new day for San Francisco. Today, I'm joined by Director of the Department of Public Health, Dr. Grant Colfax. I'm also here with the Port Director, Elaine Forbes, and the Port Commission President, Kimberly Brandon. I'm here with Laura Thomas from the Golden Gate Restaurant Association, as well as Taylor Sanford, the President and CEO of Pier 39. And I know you're wondering, what are we doing at Pier 39? Especially if you're a San Franciscan. Most people who come to Pier 39 are the people who visit our city. But let me just tell you, Pier 39, and specifically the wharf in this area, which attracts tourists from all around the country, this is also and can be a destination for San Franciscans, especially at a time like this. And because we're in the red tier, the opportunity to expand what we open and what we make available to the public is really exciting. In fact, when I went to Galileo High School down the street near Ghirardelli Chocolates in that area, we used to get on the bus, the 30 Stockton, and there was a video game location where we would play. Some of you guys, I'm hoping, remember video games. This is when Atari had just come out and Nintendo started to take over the game, but we came to Pier 39. And this was a place that we enjoyed as young people, and we always saw so many people visiting San Francisco. We felt like we were ambassadors because they always had questions about where to go and what to do. Well, a lot of folks right now, I'm sure you're tired of being cooped up in the house. And here is an incredible opportunity to enjoy your city, to come to Pier 39, to get Irish coffee. It's St. Patrick's Day is coming up at Chapino's, to enjoy SCOMA, some of the local businesses that have been here forever, some of the places that we all know and we all love. And the fact is, what better way to start to open the doors than to open the doors and come out and enjoy your own city, to do a staycation right here in San Francisco. Coming here today, I saw families out on scooters. I saw people walking into restaurants. I saw the city coming alive again. What does the red tier mean for San Francisco? The red tier means for San Francisco that indoor dining can begin to resume at 25%. It means that personal services, without the person who is serviced being wearing a mask, but the person who's giving the services has to have a mask. So that's for us ladies, we can get facials now. And that also means that places like our Ferris wheel in Golden Gate Park, the carousel here, those things can open. So you better hurry up and go ride the Ferris wheel in Golden Gate Park before the fun police shut it down. We have so many great things here in San Francisco that are starting to open. And what we want to do, we want to support them. We want to support our businesses. We want to enjoy our city. But we also have to remember, we are still in the midst of a global pandemic. So that means that, for example, when you're at a restaurant waiting for your table, keep your mask on. When your waiter walks up to the table, put your mask on. When you go to the restroom, put your mask on. Because ultimately, we're in the red right now, but just a few weeks, we'll probably most likely be in the orange. And that means we open our city more. And eventually we get to the yellow. And especially with the vaccinations that we're putting out, once we have supply, we'll be at a better place. As of today, over 22% of San Franciscans over the age of 16 have been vaccinated. And over 64% of those who are 65 and up have been vaccinated. And that's our most vulnerable population. Those are the people that are most likely to be hospitalized if they get COVID. Yes, testing is still available, and our hospital rates are going down, our numbers are going down. We're in an amazing place. We're not completely where we want to be, but we're better than we have been since October of last year. So I'm excited. This is the beginning of a great time in San Francisco. You save money not buying those plane tickets to go other places. You can enjoy your city right here, right now. The small businesses, the great restaurants, the shops, the incredible vibrancy of Pier 39. And you can ride this carousel. You can hop and take a cruise and go visit Alcatraz, even though you want to make sure you have a ticket to come back because you don't want to get stuck over there. Great opportunities exist in this city, and I want us to take advantage of every opportunity, but being mindful of the fact that we are not where we need to be yet, but we're getting there, San Francisco. We're getting there because we stuck together. Yes, I've had to come out here sometimes and ask people to be on their best behavior, especially those in Dolores Park and a couple of other places. But ultimately, San Francisco has had one of the lowest infection rates and lowest death rates of any other major city in the country. We should be proud. I am, and I'm excited about what this means for our future. So folks, let's get it together. Let's continue down this road. Let's slowly reopen our city so that we can begin to resume our lives in a way that we all know and we love and we miss. And with that, to talk about the specifics as to where we are in this pandemic, in the numbers and all the details, the doctor's in the house, Dr. Grant Koufax.
Good morning, everybody. Today is a great day for San Francisco, and I'm so proud of how far we've come, and thank you, Mayor Breed, for your incredible leadership during this unprecedented time. We've now emerged from the worst surge since the beginning of this pandemic, and we are indeed ready to slowly start to reopen again to support our businesses and to resume some of the activities we've so sorely missed during these past months. Right now, San Francisco is averaging about 67 new cases of COVID-19 every day. And while that's still far too many COVID cases, we are down from 169 that we had at the beginning of February, and far down from our peak surge in December. Right now, we're at about 7.5 new cases per 100,000 residents. And as we look at our citywide testing data, our rolling 7-day average rate of positivity is just about 1.5%. Our hospitalizations are also down by 72% from their peak. And right now we have 74 people hospitalized across San Francisco, and we are at a relatively robust 31% ICU intensive care unit capacity. We've made great progress in these past few months, and these key indicators are the very reason we're able to start gradually to reopen. It's because people in San Francisco did their part, socially distanced, wearing these masks, avoid gatherings, and traveling outside except for essential businesses. Now we are able to move into the red tier. And here in San Francisco, our health equity metric continues to improve. And actually, for that metric, we are now in the orange tier with a most recent value of 3.5%. And today's local good news follows the great news that we now have a third vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson product. This is another key development. We know that our vaccines are our ticket out of this pandemic. So soon, here in San Francisco, we will have 3 vaccines to offer people. Our vaccine rollout continues. We have administered over 250,000 shots in San Francisco. This is not sufficient, but we are making progress. And we now have the capacity to administer well over 10,000 vaccines a day. We just need that supply to improve. And because we haven't gotten all those vaccines into arms yet, we have a way to go. It is critical that we stay vigilant to maintain our progress. And when you are eligible and offered the vaccine, take the shot. These vaccines are safe and effective, and along with our safety measures, are our way forward. I do also want to briefly mention the variants. While we have so many signs of hope, our COVID-19 variants are a concerning factor, and we are monitoring and watching the situation closely. There is a growing presence of more variants in our region, and they represent an increased risk of transmission of the virus. And nationally, as you have seen, cases have started to rise slightly over the last couple of days. So this is why we need to continue to double down on those prevention measures. Remember San Francisco. We know, despite this unprecedented year and all the uncertainty, we know how to slow the spread of the virus. We've beaten back 3 surges. Let's keep our progress. I have been amazed and inspired by the creative ways our city has responded to these moments. And I know this has been an incredibly difficult year for all of us in our community. But remember, mask on, stay strong. By committing to the guidelines and following the tried and true preventive measures we know work, we can continue moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Colfax, and just want to reiterate that now, as a result of our vaccines, we're in a 1B. We're providing vaccines for those in 1A and 1B. Many of you know that we announced that last week, and what that means is people who are teachers, people who are childcare workers, those who are muni drivers and others are able to get the vaccines, but also what's really exciting is that restaurant workers will be able to get the vaccine as well as a result of where we are in the 1B tier. And today to talk a little bit about the restaurant industry and the challenges they face, but also to get you excited about supporting our restaurants here in San Francisco is Laura Thomas, the Executive Director of the Golden Gate Restaurant Association.
Hi, everybody, and thank you, Mayor Breed, for inviting me to come today. I appreciate it. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. It's pretty windy back here, so I'll try to speak into the microphone. So this past year has been so challenging to our industry and to our workers, who many of whom have been without work for months on end as we've had to shutter our restaurants in response. And we are really thankful for the strong, science-driven leadership we have in San Francisco with Mayor Breed, Dr. Colfax, Dr. Phillip, and the work in partnership with OEWD and the other city agencies that we've been working closely with on all of these rules and communications. And trust me, it's been a 24/7 work on everybody's part these past 12 months. We also really appreciate what Mayor Breed and the team was able to do last week and give all of us a one kind of week heads up so we could all be ready to reopen to the public, hopefully tomorrow, for indoor dining, in addition to the amazing outdoor dining that we've all been able to take advantage of with the Shared Spaces program. So while Shared Spaces has been amazing and we all look forward to it continuing, we're very excited to take this next step into what really feels like a reopening march, hopefully to normalcy, which is 25% indoor dining capacity. And this This doesn't save our industry, but again, it lets us start to move forward to losing less money, as I like to say. I have 2 restaurants myself, and so I personally can tell you that it's been a financially really devastating year, and we're very thankful for all the relief at a state, local, and federal level, but it's not enough. We need to be safely reopening and moving in that direction. And with that in mind, I just want to go over a few points we reiterated last week, and we'll be working with the city. We committed to help with a communication effort, and you guys are our voices, and you can really help us with this, which is how do we safely reopen. So we're gonna reopen a little bit looser restrictions on the outdoor dining. We're gonna allow no curfew, so as long as you're seated and eating, you can continue to dine beyond the 10 p.m. time frame that we had done before. We're gonna loosen it to 3 households, tables of 6 or less. Everybody has to be seated. You have to have bona fide meals with alcohol. I want to reiterate that. That is to just keep everything under control. That's why that's there. And then as we look at indoor, it's gonna feel a little tighter, but remember, we're moving forward. So we're gonna ask that people sit at tables of 4 or less in one party, that it's 1 household. And as Mayor Breed said, that I know it is a pain, but whenever anybody from the restaurant approaches you, be that a runner, a busser, a host, a server, a manager, we really need the public to grab that mask and put it back on before the staff approaches the table. And to the degree that we can educate the public that this is only going to help us move into a better situation, the easier it's going to be for everybody. And I know we can do it in San Francisco. I know we can do it, but we ask for your help in communicating that message. There will be signs. It will say if you're seating inside, you are going to need to continue. We are going to continue the curfew inside. So that will stay there. We'll be asking that everybody's completely outside by 10:30. Nobody can do reservations or enter after 10 o'clock. And that we want to just keep it calm for a while until we can move to the orange. And then I just want to reiterate, everybody has got to do their own level of comfort. If you have an issue, please dine outside. If you're still not comfortable, we're all doing to-go. We're all doing delivery. And we just really appreciate everybody's support of our industry. And we promise we want to get everybody re-employed and vaccinated. That's the other thing. It's been amazing. We're 1 week into the vaccines for our category of workers. And we're starting to see even more appointments free up now. So we're very hopeful that this is the right time to start moving inside again. And again, we appreciate everybody's support. And we couldn't have a better team here to work with. Thank you.